Who the hell is that?
Welcome to the Disney version of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. I'm Avatar Darren Phillips, and there is the pop-up weasel, Neil Portnoy. Do not adjust your sets, ladies and gentlemen, because what you see is happening courtesy of Aaron Elikas. Thought we'd drive you all crazy as he's been doing to us for the last 10 minutes with these avatars. There you go. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for watching another fresh edition of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas Studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. Aaron Phillips, Neil Portnoy holding down the fort. Trying to make goofy faces. 702-329-6947 is our phone number. 855-502-4321. Press 1 to get into the studio so you can talk to us, yell at us. More importantly, though, talk with our guest who's coming up in a little bit.
With a lot of Las Vegas and music history.
Absolutely. Hello, Jennifer from Hawaii. Tony is in the chat room. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all making us part of your day. As a reminder, if you're on the go and you can't sit and watch, that's okay. Just download the Go Live Vegas mobile app to your phone, and you'll at least stay in tune via audio.
Are we going to do these avatar things the whole show?
That's up to the man pushing the buttons. You and I have no control over that. I'm afraid. You know what? I don't mind sticking to this because I'd be afraid to say anything else you might change it to. That's my concern.
Don't give him any ideas.
I don't need to give him ideas. He's got the control board. We're stuck regardless of what he puts. I want to look at your goatee. My goatee doesn't come up. Your glasses come up because you have a darker frame. Mine don't. Mine disappear. I look like I have LASIK.
No, when you turn to the side, you can see your glasses.
Oh, see, yours disappeared there.
Watch.
Yeah.
See, there they are.
That's interesting. You got to talk sideways for your glasses to be seen.
Go sideways, you'll see. Watch. No, go back to Aaron. See, you can just barely pick them up.
Looks what? I look so happy. That's the great thing about avatars.
You look 40 years younger.
I know. I know. I look like, what was it, Baby Huey? Is that what we said?
Yeah, we said that earlier.
Who is it? I thought it was Baby Huey.
Stewie, yeah.
I thought it was Huey. I thought that was a
From
Baby
Family
Huey.
Guy.
No, not Family Guy. This is an
what's
old
still-
cartoon.
Oh, I don't know.
He has a baby head, and he's muscular as could be, and I thought it was like Baby Huey or something. Anyway.
Hey, did anybody win anything in the casinos this week?
You know what I did?
What'd you win?
Everything I didn't spend.
Oh.
I saved it. I did not see any stories about anybody winning this week. You know why? With the Olympics, the Olympics are going on, right? You kind of forgot that they're going on.
No, listen, they had the opening ceremonies, and did Japan win the first medal of the Olympics?
They did. It was a shooting event of some sort,
Yeah,
a
some
rifle
stupid
event. But here's
sport.
the thing. I think what's overshadowing the Olympics,
COVID.
see, it is Baby Huey can't show. Okay, see, Tony says it was Baby Huey.
Oh, okay.
With all that's going on, nobody's in attendance, no fans,
Correct,
no nothing.
Correct.
There was talk early in the week, 3 days before everything started, as to whether they were still going to even consider canceling the event.
Right. And they still may.
And they still may as it progresses because there's still a lot of issues out there.
Yeah.
I'm just not into the Olympics this year. And the Olympic viewership has gone down a lot over the last couple of decades. But
Can you name the sports that are covered in the Summer
the
Olympics?
400 of them,
It's you know what?
and they added 4 more this year.
It's crazy. Softball. I mean, it wasn't softball. There was a sport that everybody plays that all of a sudden
Skateboarding got added.
yeah.
We showed it this morning on the first show, Aaron. I don't know if you can bring that stat back up, but there are a lot of events that someone brought up in the chat room earlier that maybe some of these, like the skateboarding events that are very typical at the X Games that ESPN shows,
Sure.
are designed to bring in the younger audience because the viewership
It's all about numbers.
and I get that. And it's hard when you're across the globe, and we calculated earlier this morning that Tokyo is like 17 hours ahead of us. And so we're watching generally everything on tape delay. A lot of the time.
Behind us or ahead of us?
Ahead. It's Sunday morning there right now, basically. They're ahead.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How is?
Unless Aaron's information lied to me
Well,
at 8 o'clock this morning.
wait a minute. They're left of us. They're across the Pacific, correct?
Mm-hmm. So is Australia, but they're
But if Hawaii is
3 hours behind us.
behind us,
I'm
why
telling you,
wouldn't?
I'm just sharing with you what he's sharing
He's
with me.
Canadian. He doesn't know.
They're ahead of us. Somehow it gets turned back around. I don't know. Maybe because they went through Australia, turns everything. I don't know. But they're 17 hours. I don't know. 17 hours
bizarre.
ahead. Anyway, so I barely know what's going on. There's only really one reason I'm going to watch, and that's going to be Simone Biles when her stuff is on.
Yeah,
I'm
this is the
interested.
only really. The swimmer, that swimmer.
Ledecky, yes.
Ledecky.
Katie
And we
Ledecky.
also have a swimmer who can compete against her, who's a Las Vegan.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
she's a teenager. Which is another thing. There's
I
no
did read
age
that.
limit. There's no age limit on these Olympics.
No.
I mean, you could be 12 years old and be in the Olympics.
Well, I mean, look at all the gymnasts from 30, 40 years ago coming out of Europe. They were tiny ladies that were performing.
Well, they were guys.
Send your emails to. All right. Since I don't have any money-winning stories,
Yep.
as we know, Vegas has opened back up. A lot of musical acts are returning to Vegas.
Oh, that'll tie in segue-wise perfect with our guest. But go ahead.
I know. See,
No, you're a pro.
listen,
I get
everybody thinks we just no. I there's methods to my craziness.
Okay.
All right. Courtesy of the Las Vegas Sun. That's right. The Zen moment. I will give credit where credit is due. Of course. George Strait. He's coming back at T-Mobile Arena. Did you
it.
know
He's
that?
still alive?
Yeah, I guess he is. Bruno Mars is returning as a headlining gig at Park MGM.
But he canceled some shows, correct?
He did.
And
I'm
we
just
ever
gonna
find
get to
out the
calendar.
reasons? Or?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I didn't either.
Maybe he went to Mars with Jeff Bezos or something up on the ship this week. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
he
but
never came back.
Bezos came back. Did you see the shape of that rocket?
I did not.
It was a penis.
Was it really?
It really was.
Well, you can make
And-
all the rising
no,
jokes you want. And
People
take
were doing jokes like they sent the dick up into the sky, and they were talking about Bezos, not the rocket.
the rocket. Oh my gosh! All right, so here's some of the some of the shows we know about. August 13th through 14th, George Strait will be at the T-Mobile Arena. August 17th through the 19th. I don't know if you've heard of this group. I mean, maybe you have. The Righteous Brothers, Bill Medley, Bucky
Yeah,
Hurd.
they're coming back.
Yeah, I know. August 17th and 19th. Santana is at the House of Blues August 25th. Donny Osmond will be at Howard Showroom the 31st of August. Lionel Richie at Encore Theater September 10th. I love Lionel Richie. I grew up on his music in the 80s, but the one time my wife and I went to see him in person,
Yep.
not the greatest thing in the world to do because he was an hour late getting on stage.
Oh, really?
Oh, the crowd
See, when
was
Dorothy and
terrible.
I saw him, we're looking at this blank stage.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the stage rises up from below.
And he's coming up.
Is it me you're looking for? Yeah. See what I mean? That's the rocket. Look at it.
That's not a good look.
Well, that's what, you know.
I know. Anyway, all right. Donny Osmond, August 31st. Lionel Richie, September 10th at Encore. September 16th, Barry Manilow back at the Westgate Theater. September 17th, Keith Urban at the Coliseum. Other residencies returning or starting up. John Fogerty, October 6th. Rod Stewart at the Coliseum, October 6th. Fogerty's at Encore Theater. October 22nd, Gwen Stefani. 29th is Sting. 29th, Sammy Hagar. Two different venues, of course. November 5th, Celine Dion. December 1, Carrie Underwood. December 2, Shania Twain. And December 29th, Katy Perry at the theaters at Resorts World. So a lot of shows coming up, coming
Great.
down the pike. We
It's
have some
great.
folks coming in to visit with us here, sit in, because these are potential students for my podcast training.
Oh, great.
So they're sitting in and scoping out what we do and maybe taking notes on what not to do, perhaps. I don't know,
Well,
depending upon how they follow us.
A lot of those notes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just some of the stuff going on in some of upcoming shows as Vegas comes back to life, perhaps.
Love it. Love it.
So-
Now, you want to talk a little bit about the spike in COVID cases?
Sure.
And,
Sure can.
are we becoming...
Bronx Wanderers at the Westgate.
Yep.
Thank you on September 20th. Thank
Menopause
you, Tony.
back open at Harrah's.
Hi, Debbie. Yep. Go ahead. So, yeah, let's talk about it.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about the COVID stuff.
Oh, that's right. The numbers are all spiking.
Yes.
They're talking that it's the unvaccinated.
Right.
However,
Oh,
more and more cases are now coming to the forefront of those who are fully vaccinated getting the Delta variant.
can I give you two names?
Sure, go ahead.
Mark Rich, owner of Salutes.
Mark's got it now.
And he was fully vaccinated. I spoke to him when I came back in an attempt to sit down with
Right,
him.
right.
So he's down and out. And our friend Sal Santiago.
Yeah, Sal's got, yeah.
At first, he put out there that he was just sick and it was not COVID related, but then
Right.
he retested this week.
What did I say
so-
very early in this whole process? Everybody's going to get it.
Yeah, well, I haven't, so stay away from me.
Well, I already had it. I'm vaccinated, and
We're also, especially this new Delta variant. Is it the Delta variant that's catching people?
listen, that's what we're being told. That's what we're being told. The Delta variant.
Yeah. So, and it's it's going to go back to, look, Japan, China for
I'm
the
waiting
winter
for the
Olympics.
Jet Blue variant,
American
and the
Airlines
United,
variant.
yeah, all of them. Yeah, I want them all there.
Well, it'll go with the rocket ship. It'll take off. You're playing a lot to the camera
Well,
for that
it's
facial
very
thing.
because this is hysterical. I mean,
You also notice, I know you're
What?
sitting at your normal height, but in the shot right now. You look like you're like sitting below the table. You're very low. There you go. Now you can't. God. Oh, my God.
I'm having a lot.
Oh, no. Jennifer, our friend Jennifer from Hawaii.
Yeah.
She was in Vegas last week on vacation. She was not feeling well. I was trying to get her set up to go to Hand and Stone before she left. And she got back from Hawaii and she found out she has COVID.
She has COVID.
And she's fully vaccinated, though.
Well, I mean, you know
I
what?
wonder if it's one vaccine versus another. Like I have Pfizer. Which one did you
I
get?
had Pfizer too. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering
Did you have any reaction from Pfizer? I had reaction from both shots.
Did you? No.
Yeah.
I was always afraid about getting the reaction. Mark had Pfizer. Mark Rich.
Oh.
Just
I asked if I could grow hair after the shot. They said no.
You can grow hair, probably just not where you want it.
Well, that's the problem. I have Sequoia National Forest here in my chest.
Hey, before we go to break, we're getting ready for our first break. I'm going to just do a couple of quick plugs so we can move on in the second, come back right away. Jennifer had Pfizer as well. This Tuesday, July 27th, 7 to 8 p.m., Thoughts Count Anywhere show will be on the road at Firehouse Subs, 5905 Southeastern, Suite 109. We are supporting Firehouse Subs, our sponsor from that show. Special guests will be the Unguided. We have T-shirts to give away. We have a trip to Cancun to give away. That's this Tuesday, 7 to 8 p.m. Today, 2 o'clock after I'm done here, 2 to 4. I'm over at the Boulevard Mall in front of Power Play Sports with my very first book signing. And tomorrow, what time? 11 to 1 tomorrow. I forgot for a second. 11 to 1, which then when I'm done there's something going on at the gallery.
Yeah, we at Portnoy Gallery tomorrow, we have our 4th annual Christmas in July, sponsoring or supporting, I should say. Benefiting.
There you go.
The Tyler Robinson Foundation, which is pediatric cancer, Imagine Dragons. The gallery will be packed tomorrow. We have a food sponsor. There's going to be a barbecue.
So where's everybody going to park?
Well, the parking lot's pretty large. And, you know, if you want to go across the street to the gym, a.k.a. Little Darlings.
Yes. But you have to cross the street. That's a big
well, that's
street to
okay,
cross.
but that's a big parking lot.
Yes. You running shuttles?
Notice I said parking, not parking.
Park. I did notice that. You
Yeah,
practice
I'm
that.
trying to be more
Nevadan?
New York Yankee. No, we won't go there.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
I'm ready. Listen, spring training, or not spring, fall football is about to start. Right now, that's all I'm
Yeah,
focused
but you get the Giants to look forward to.
on.
I mean, really?
Actually, yeah, I am actually.
Oh, okay.
As long as Saquon Barkley's healthy. They put him on the PUP list this week. But they've got some weapons this year.
Better than the kitty list, I guess.
That's very true.
Right.
Oh, I have so many lines I can. Jacob would like to know if he's watching a Disney Pixar film right now.
This is great, isn't it?
I know. The things you can do with modern technology. By the way, were you done with your point regarding your event tomorrow?
Yeah, well, it's from 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
1537 West Okie, the corner of Okie and Weston, Wyoming, right in that corner. 1 to 4. Raffle tickets, $5 a piece, gets you in the door, buy a raffle ticket. And the prizes, we are very thankful for all the promoters who have given us show tickets to some of the greatest shows here in Las Vegas. We have wonderful jewelry.
Did we decide if Twin Brothers were supposed to be giving something away on Sunday?
We can, but then Dorothy has to create another bag, and I'll hear about it for 2 weeks.
I don't know what we're going to put in.
We have a lot of gifts. We have a lot of gifts. It's almost at the point that everybody who shows up is going to win something. That's pretty cool.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. With that, we're going to step aside for our first break. It is that time where when we come back from the break on the other side, our guest, Bill Fain, will be here in the middle in the hot seat. God help him. We've asked Aaron not to avatar him, but he was willing. He got avatared before he went on the air.
Well, I thought it was a very impressive avatar.
So that means all three of us,
think
we're staying avatared so
He's
far.
switching back to Bill now. I know him. I know Ellicus. He's doing this thing.
He's getting ready.
He's getting ready to go right to Bill and avatar him before we come to break. All right,
All right. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching Twin Brothers. I'm Aaron. I think. That's Neil. We think.
I think.
We'll be back.
We know radiant, healthy skin reflects how you look and feel, especially in the desert. Hand and Stone Spa at Silverado Ranch offers facial services provided by licensed estheticians tailored for men, women, and teens. This also includes a maintenance program to enjoy your clear and beautiful complexion between regular appointments. We also offer exfoliation facials and LED light phototherapy, which will give a result of firmer skin and a smoother texture. It also diminishes fine lines, wrinkles, and dark spots, resulting in a more luminous skin. Call 702-941-7833 and put your skin into our hands.
Pay attention because I'm only going to say this once. I that up. Go live. I'll say something else. I want you to tune in to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. They got their own show called Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. It's 12 o'clock noon every Saturday. You can't miss this show. This is going to be great. Don't let me come knocking on your door 3 o'clock in the morning, because you know I will.
This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins. A moment this good to you and stay alive. Yeah. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins.
This song is not as easy to air guitar and drum to like our old song was. For you, it is.
I'm just glad.
Why are we air guitaring when we got a professional music guy here?
There's no piano on this.
There's no keyboard here. We
Well,
can't.
you can go through the motion. You
Right.
can air keyboard.
Hey, you're watching Twin Brothers from Different Mothers Go Live Vegas. I'm Aaron. That's Neil. We have Bill Fain sitting with us. By the way, a lot of love today to our sponsor, Premier Martial Arts.
I know you got the T-shirt on.
Got the T-shirt on. By the way, first caller, you don't have to answer anything. First caller will get a 30-day trial membership to Premier Martial Arts. They're located down in East Silverado Ranch. If you don't think you're going to use it, that's fine. Transfer it, give it to somebody else, put it in the name of somebody who needs a gift. And I just looked up and see we're not Avatar. That was strange. Not to see the Avatar now.
I would have loved to have seen.
102-329-6947 is our number. Your hands are not avatared, so it really didn't make much of a difference. So, 702-329-6947, press 1. If you're outside the U.S., 855-502-4321, press 1. Also, first caller simply gets a 30-day free trial. Ron Garrett says hello to you, Bill. So with that, without further ado, there's no real sense in me going through everything here. Let's just say he's musical director, conductor, composer, coach, arranger, vocalist, keyboard player.
Maestro.
Maestro. The maestro, as I put in the promo.
Wow.
Bill, thank you for joining us this morning.
It's great to be here.
Nice
great.
to meet you and have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be alive.
But that's a good point. Beats the alternative, doesn't it?
Yep, absolutely.
Listen, storied history, and we're going to tap into as much as we can before we sign off at 1 o'clock. But I always like to ask the real easy question just to kind of get things going.
Okay.
Why music? When music? How did you realize that music was your passion to be in?
Wow. Well, it goes back to when I was, I guess, 8 or 9 years old.
Okay.
My mom used to take me into Manhattan, into New York, for singing and dancing and accordion lessons.
Oh, wow.
And I always say, but she wasn't a stage manager, a stage mother. At least she said she wasn't. But we used to go in there, and I auditioned for TV shows. I actually got on one when I was a kid. And I started playing accordion at age 9. Then got a piano at age 12, and literally would come home from school and sit at the piano, never practice my lessons, but sit and just try to figure things out by myself. And by the time I was 16, I played the Gershwin Rhapsody in Blue with my high school orchestra.
Wow.
And then I decided I wanted to be an actor. So I went to a summer stock company, an equity summer stock company, to be an acting apprentice. The first show we were doing that season was Carnival. And the musical director said, we need to find an accordion player for the pit orchestra. And I said, I can do that. And I never got out of the pit.
I was going to say, reluctantly, you gave up that opportunity in acting to go into the pit.
Yeah, and I never got out of the pit.
Well, it's amazing to me, the accordion, and I know nothing about it. You get those little black buttons, and it's really a piano with the other side's got these. What are those little black buttons?
Those are chords.
So how do you know which one's which chord?
There are I'm trying to remember. There are 5 rows of buttons. I forget what the first one does. The second one is the bass note.
Okay.
The third one is a major chord. The fourth one is a minor chord. The fifth one maybe is a diminished chord.
So it could be like C, D, B, and
Yeah,
right.
And the one he can't remember actually launched the rocket earlier this week.
Yeah, that big
why.
prick in the sky, right? Right.
Yeah, that rocket reminded me of the Austin Powers.
Oh, yes. That's funny.
There it is.
There it is. That's a great reference. Absolutely.
So, see, you're in the pit, and that's your first experience, lack of better terminology, in the orchestra.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm 16 years old, and,
Wait a minute. He just avatared you as an accordion, Bill. That is so disrespectful. Oh, that's Neil?
I don't look good as an accordion.
Oh,
Anyhow.
it said Homer on there. I don't know if that
And
meant
I ended up spending 6 years every summer at that place, the Gateway Playhouse in Bellport, Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
And after 2 years as assistant musical director, the last 4 years they made me musical director.
Oh, wow.
What?
Okay.
What? Now you're the musical director, and again, we're not musicians, either one of us. What are your responsibilities as a music director?
Direct the music?
Well, yeah, but what do
You rehearse with the cast.
Sure.
And you rehearse with the orchestra, and you put them all together at what's called, before you open the show, you put the orchestra and the cast together in what's called a sitz probe.
a what?
A sitz probe.
I
It's
know a
not a
doctor
st-
that get
and-
rid of
and
those.
It's not a Spitz bath, which
No,
I know what
no.
you're thinking about.
Yeah.
But my daughter's in sound design. I know exactly what he's talking about
Yeah.
when she
And-
does her shows.
And that's the first time that they get together. And a sitz probe is not a medical term.
Well, that's why, because Dr. H.L. could get rid of that. He's one of those dermatologist people to
That's
get rid
right.
of such pros.
Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the start of my musical directing career. But when I went to college,
Where'd you go to college?
Fredonia.
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 Isn't that the hat that they wear?
No, if you've ever seen the old Marx Brother movies, the Marx Brothers had a movie about the country of Fredonia. But anyways, Fredonia is a state university in New York.
Okay.
And I went as a piano major, but being as lazy as I am, I said, no, that's too hard to be a piano major. I think I'll switch to voice. So I switched to being a voice major and became an opera singer.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I had never even heard an opera before I went to college.
Now, with the opportunities, you're in New York, just like now you're in Vegas. Were the opportunities to expand your career and grow greater for the fact that you were in New York,
Well,
or a stepping stone?
well, the stepping stone I didn't know at the time. In 1964,
Yep.
my freshman year of college, I met my best friend, Clint Holmes. He and I went to college together.
Unbelievable.
And we became best friends. I played for him. I was, besides singing opera, I was in the jazz band, and I played piano for him, and I played at his voice lessons. And there's a joke we always tell in our, when we were doing our shows. I would say, he would say, yeah, Bill and I went to college together. And then I would say, I graduated.
Ooh.
And then he would say, yeah, and now you work for me.
Wow. Good line.
We used that one for years. But anyway, that was 57 years ago I met my best friend.
That's crazy.
And that ultimately became the biggest stepping stone of my life.
Because you two played literally worldwide.
We all over the world, and we worked together for 33 years. And we're still working together occasionally,
yeah.
writing music. Yeah, I mean, it's the very best.
I got to bring it up. Speaking of writing music, you know, what the hell? I have a fedora on my head now. I wrote a poem. We talked about this when my mother passed it when I was 14 years old, and my goal my whole life is to have that poem put to music. Well, this guy for my birthday a couple of years ago took my poem and put it to music.
I remember.
And I played it for the first time in the gallery. Dorothy and I are standing there, and we both lost it. Just bawled our eyes out. So thank you.
Well,
Again.
we still need to record that.
I know. It's just, it was a lifelong dream.
I just want to share real quickly with the folks who maybe are new to Bill, which I find it hard that people would know who you are. But I want to just share some of your conducting and your composing arrangements. I just want to share some of this. Guest conductor for Atlanta Symphony, Buffalo Philharmonic, Delaware Symphony, Columbus Symphony, San Diego Pops, Las Vegas Philharmonic, and the U.S. Army Orchestra Chorus at Constitution Hall. Arrangements for the shows Just Another Man with Clint Holmes, the musical play with Clint Holmes and Larry Moss. TV theme song for Ann Jillian in 1987. TV theme song for Jennifer Slept Here, and I remember that show starring Ann Jillian. National radio commercial for Tom McCann, who I worked for growing up as a kid.
Based out of Worcester, Massachusetts,
that's
my
right.
hometown.
Where Did You Get Those Shoes was the commercial. Original music for Wow, musical review produced and written by Mickey Rooney. It's just dress rehearsals, orchestra, 1987 Ford Motor Company Conference, World Conference, and various specials for Dick Clark, Bob Hope, NBC, and cable TV.
Crazy.
That's just conducting and arranging. There's television, there's theater. Wow. That's all I got to say.
Now, Bill, you moved to Vegas what year?
1999.
Okay, since 99, you come to the entertainment capital of the world. All the entertainers are here. Now you got to get your foot in the door. You know, you've built relationships with a lot of them, so you kind of can at least start to get to work. 2008 hits, the pandemic of 2020 hits, and it's like, oh man, am I ever going to work again? One moment in time changes everything. You've reinvented yourself. You've got a lot of shows in the works right now. You've got a couple coming up. I want you to talk to our listeners and viewers about what you've got coming up for shows.
Okay, before I do that, in 2009, I was seriously ill, and actually was in an induced coma for 2 weeks in the hospital in ICU for 31 days. That was the first moment I said, "Is it over?" I didn't know if I would come back. Interestingly, they woke me up from the coma, and literally minutes after they woke me up, I had a phone call from Clint, who was doing a show, and he had the audience sing "Happy Birthday" to me because they woke me up on my birthday.
Wow!
But that illness made me re-examine my life. Clint and I did what we hoped would be our Broadway show in 2010, and I decided at that point I didn't want to travel. I wanted to stay home. I had started the group in the Las Vegas Tenors, which now had transformed into a group called Voices 3. We were doing some cruise ships, but my family was here. I have grandkids. I wanted to stay home. But my real love, since I was a kid, was musical theater. So I decided that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to stay in Vegas and do musical theater. And so Clint and I actually stopped working together full time in 2010. And so the last 10, now 11 years, well, 10 because we missed a year.
That's correct.
That's what I've been doing. And again, through the pandemic, I thought, am I done? Is it over?
Right. Yeah, like a lot of people.
And I went into a deep depression. And then again, on my birthday, my friend Michelle Johnson surprised me. I walked out of my front door, and there were 25 of my friends socially distanced in the street with microphones and a sound system, and they sang Happy Birthday and a Christmas carol. And I'm getting teary-eyed even thinking about it. That brought me back. It made me think,
know what?
I'm not done.
The community here, and I'm sure you will agree, supports one another like nowhere I have ever
Like
seen.
nowhere else. Yeah. I've lived most of my life in New York and L.A., and the entertainment community here is the best, just absolutely the best.
2.5 million people in this town, and we're the closest bunch of people to support everybody.
It's unbelievable.
I need to take a quick break.
Sure.
We're at the bottom of the hour. You're watching Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Aaron, Neil, special guest Bill Fain. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
When you think of relaxation, do you think of a massage? If not, you should. Las Vegas Hand and Stone Massage at Silverado Ranch provides professional spa experiences at affordable rates. You will be enveloped in soothing sounds and aromas on your way to total relaxation. De-stress with our full-body massage to relieve tension, soothe tired muscles, and temper migraines. You can select from many options, including CBD, deep tissue, sports, and our signature hot stone massage. Call 702-941-7833 and start de-stressing today.
Hola queridos amigos, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Sal Santiago y me gustaría invitarlos a que vean este programa tan buenísimo todos los sábados de las 2 de la tarde, de las 12 de la tarde Pacífico hasta la 1. Es un programa muy informativo, con muchos artistas y mucha gente que están aquí en Las Vegas, Nevada. Por favor, visítenos aquí en Facebook Live o YouTube o muchas diferentes clases de venues, ¿no? Aquí está el señor Aaron Phillips con el señor Neil Portnoy. Todos los sábados a las 12 de la tarde hasta la 1 de la tarde Pacífico tiempo, ¿no? Muchísimas gracias y no se lo pierdan este programazo. Ok, ahí nos vemos.
This is Terry Haley, being joined once again by Rose Kingsley with highlights from her Summerlin performance with radio personality Ron Garrett and American Idol finalist, the fabulous Lou Gazzara, along with Sid the Kid the Man on saxophone, Sydney Smith, and her musical director and pianist, Bob Corwin. So, don't miss Rose and her band today at 2 p.m. at facebook.com, Terry Haley Official. See you then. Mwah. Sugars.
Welcome back to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Thank you for tuning in and making us part of your Saturday, regardless of where you are. Thank you, Thomas B. I appreciate it. See you in there. Everybody, thank you. 702-329-6947. I still have a 30-day free trial membership. Call in, ask Bill a question, whatever you want to do, we'll give it to you. It is transferable, so if you don't think you can use it, you're welcome to transfer it to somebody else. Kid, grandkid, yourself, a mother, enemy, I don't care. Just call in, take advantage of it. More importantly, speak to Bill and say hello. I keep, when you're talking and we're on break, I keep looking over, and a lot of the shows that you mention in here, obviously, I grew up on. I mean, we're talking, Merv Griffin, the Bob Hope specials, The Tonight Show, of course. But there's one that I circled specifically, and that was the Jerry Lewis MDA telethon. Now, I'm a huge Jerry Lewis fan. Love the Labor Day was always built around watching the telethon.
Sure.
So how long were you involved in the telethon for and was it at a national? Was it out of the New York area?
We did the national telethon. We did it a number of times here in Vegas. Right. We did it in L.A. Do I have time for a quick Jerry Lewis story?
Abs, please.
One of the great nights of my life. Clint and I were working in Florida, and Clint was friends with Tom Jones, and he said, before we opened, we were there the night before, and Clint said, "Let's go over to the Sunrise Theater in Florida and see Tom." So we went over, saw Tom before his show, and then the owner of the theater, Ben Siegel, said, "Would you guys like to come and have dinner with me and Jerry Lewis?" And we said, "Oh, sure."
Yeah, wait, let me think about it.
So the reason that he and Jerry Lewis were having dinner was that Jerry Lewis and Sammy Davis had not spoken for, 10 years.
Okay.
They had an argument. Sammy was playing at the Diplomat in Miami, and Ben Siegel was trying to get them together. So we had dinner with Jerry Lewis, and then Ben said, "And now we're going to go over to the Diplomat for Sammy's late show, and we want you all to come." So there I was at the Diplomat, me, sitting across the table from Tom Jones, next to Clint, across the table from Jerry Lewis and Ben Siegel, watching Sammy. Sammy, in the middle of the show, calls Jerry to come up on stage. They sing "Rockabye Your Baby" with the Dixie Melody together. And then Sammy, after the show, Sammy says, "Come on up to my suite. I want to cook for everybody." So we all went up to Sammy's suite at the Diplomat, and he cooked, and we were there till God knows what time in the morning. And I was the fly on the wall. I was like, "Am I really here?"
I know.
Right.
Those
You have to
moments.
pinch yourself, right?
Yeah. I mean, moments like that, will stay with me.
Wasn't the Diplomat also the hotel that Jerry did the Bellboy movie in?
I don't know.
Because there were a couple of movies he had to make quickly because of his contracts.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was the Diplomat where he made that movie.
Yeah.
It was done in 3 weeks because of stuff. But I think the Diplomat, if memory serves, because listen, Cinderfella, my number one movie. I danced around my wife at our wedding 32 years ago the way he did around the princess because I just loved that movie.
Yeah.
Everybody was wondering what the hell I was doing. But
You were dancing?
back in the day.
Oh.
Back in the day. When I was 25.
Yeah, well,
Which was the movie where he was? Is that where he was the bellman and
The bellboy.
She had an Italian father,
Correct.
and he sang that beautiful song.
Well, in the Bellboy, no. That's the girl was the actress, and she had twins. She had to go on the road.
That's
It'll come to me, but no, that's the movie.
That's my favorite movie.
Yeah. Great. Just my kids grew up, and I showed them Jerry Lewis movies for laughter and humor, and how you don't have to curse to be funny.
isn't it crazy? And again, I'm a newbie to Vegas. I've only been here 5 years. When I hear stories like this,
Yeah.
the general public, the ones who look at the people you're mentioning as from a distance, wow, that's a celebrity, that's a star. And yet you get to sit down with them and build a relationship, and they talk to you like, hey, Bill, how you doing? Good,
Like it's
Sammy,
not-
how you
but-
doing? Right.
Exactly.
But I feel the same way. I'm in awe of those people. I had another night like that with Bill Cosby, in a room with Bill Cosby and Lou Rawls and Clint and Sammy, just sitting around for 4 hours and telling all
That's great.
all these
It's just-
stories.
That's
And,
classic.
That's why that book is important, because if any of those stories are in there,
Don't give
people will
the
love them.
tip of the head like, I know. We talked about it. This man's got a book that he wrote a number of years ago. Printed the I can afford to print 20 of them edition, and then they sit in a drawer, or you give them to family, friends, etc. And then yet people, as you get older, lack of better terminology, in your career, people look at you and go, do you have a book?
Yeah.
You need a book. And you're like, well, yeah, I don't want to promote myself. People want to hear and read those stories.
I could sit here right now and Bill, if I say, Bill, you got an hour to share whatever stories you want to, I'd be happy sitting back just listening to the stories.
That's the book.
And that's the book. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
what was the song that you were referencing that he sang, Jerry, in that movie? Was what?
I forget what the song Jerry sang, "Rockabye Your Baby."
But that was the name of the
That was
movie
the name
that
of
you
the
were
movie.
referring to.
That's funny.
1958 was Rockabye Baby. That was the name of the movie where he had the twins.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Yeah.
So, Bill, I want to know what you got coming up. Our viewers and listeners want to know you've got a number of shows that are already scheduled with D1 class act professional performers that people need to buy tickets. Talk about the shows, how they can reach out to you, how they can get tickets, all that good info.
Well, there are a couple of things. First of all, I live in Summerlin now.
Yep.
And I've been doing shows at two venues in Sun City, the Summit Restaurant and the Starbright Theater.
Right next to each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every show that I've done there the last 3.5 or so years, although I've done shows at Starbright for 5 or 6 years, has sold out. I'm very proud of that.
You should be.
Because, again, when I started this quest of musical theater, I always felt, and I still feel, there's not enough musical theater in Vegas. There's everything else you can think
It's
of.
a show. Keyword, it's a show.
Yeah.
You're not just listening, you're watching a show.
Yeah, and with the entertainment community who loves, many of who love musical theater, they never get a chance to do it.
Right.
So that's why those shows are successful. But now there's a new venue, the Vegas Room, the Nevada Room, the Nevada Showroom.
And notoriety.
And notoriety. Ken Henderson has built a wonderful space there. And those places are for the local community.
Correct.
You don't have to go to the Strip and spend $400 to see Celine.
No, that's just parking, Bill. That's just the parking.
The Nevada Room, the sound in the Nevada Room, the Vegas Room, is exquisite.
Tom does a nice job down there.
Tom and Chef David
Right.
are great people who are trying to do a great thing for all our community. And they've given me, I did my first show there 2 weeks ago, an autobiographical show, by the way. and
Huge success.
It was
Huge
sold out.
success, yeah.
They talked to me last night about they want me to do another one. That was a brunch. They want me to do another one in September or October because it was so successful. But I have another Sunday brunch coming up at the Vegas Room, August 1st, with Eiler Evan, Amanda Kaiser, and Ashley Fuller.
Amanda Kaiser is a name that I know my co-host Aaron is unfamiliar with, and I am not all that familiar with her, excuse me, other than I saw her down at the Nevada Room, and I've seen her at Kenny's Cabaret on Friday night at Tuscany. What an incredible voice.
Oh, she's wonderful. She teaches voice, and she's not only a wonderful singer and a wonderful actress, but she's also a wonderful friend. I love working with her, and her guy, Eiler Evan, is an exquisite actor. He played Bobby in the Company when I did Company here 5 or 6 years
What's
ago.
the theme? What's the theme of the shows? I mean, you've got
that show. It's kind of a takeoff of what I've done at the Summit, which is called Backstage Cabaret.
Okay.
And I wanted to make the cabaret, which there really isn't here, like a New York cabaret, where a singer comes up and does 20 minutes or 30 minutes, tells their stories of their lives, of their careers, what the song's about, where it's from. They don't just come up and sing a song and go off.
Performance.
So I have 2 or 3 singers do that in each Backstage Cabaret. Other than that, in the new Nevada Showroom, they've asked me to do once a month on the 3rd Thursday of every month, starting in September.
so the big room is open. He opened up the big room.
he opened it last night.
Okay, all right.
And those shows, in September, I'm going to do the music of Andrew Lloyd Webber. In October, I'm going to do all the Tony Award-winning musicals from the 50s.
Now, is there a fee to get in? Is he charging? Is there because
In the Nevada Room, there's no fee. You can go. There's no entertainment charge. There's no ticket charge. You can go and have a drink. You can go and have a full meal. You can go and have dessert. They never serve anything during the shows.
Tell our listeners where they are located.
In the commercial center on Sahara, before or near Maryland Parkway.
Yeah,
I don't
right
know.
in
I
the
don't
middle.
know the exact.
Sahara
address.
Event Center is the big anchor back there. They used to do wrestling in there. There was a rink that's in there, but it's in that same plaza
Yeah,
there.
and actually, when you turn in, right in front of
Right
you,
in front of
is the Nevada Room.
Yeah, perfect. It's
And
it's actually I think it's
Have
it's
you
the
been
next.
down, Aaron?
Well,
have
I
you
know
been-
the center.
Have
because-
you been to that? The 4 of us got to go some night.
Okay.
Because
So,
there's no charge. I mean, you go in and it's world class.
The joke that Tom sometimes tells is the Vegas Room has a red door.
Right.
The Nevada Room has a blue door, but we're not the
Green door, right? I knew that, and I was waiting. I didn't want to mention that landmark, but I'm glad you did. All right.
So,
Go ahead. Finish.
okay.
Yeah, give your dates.
I have this other list here.
Yeah.
So, so I'm doing the Backstage Cabaret. Then Thursday, the 5th of August at the Summit, I have 11 singers, and they're all doing a couple of songs. The theme is songs we've missed singing for the last year and a half. Then I have another Backstage Cabaret. I have a Backstage Cabaret at the Summit July 27th, which is Tuesday.
So retirement's treating you very well, I say yes.
Tuesday, I'm at the summit with Art Vargas, Laura Schaefer, and Denise Clemente. So, and then I have a show August 28th. This is a big show at the Starbright, and that's a 300-seat theater, and
And it's sold out.
there's about 65 tickets left.
So
right
how do
now.
people get tickets for this? Where do they have to go?
www.sunsitysummerlinlv.com.
Okay.
Now, all your dates, are they on your Facebook page? You have a
Yes.
website?
I don't have a website.
Okay.
I gave up trying to keep it up. No pun intended.
Yes, no.
So whenever people say, "Do you have a website?" I say, "Just Google me."
There you go. Well, but you
Yeah.
are on Facebook. You
I
have
am-
both
I-
your own page
I have
as
my
well.
own page. I have the Bill Fane music page.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a Facebook addict.
And you have those dates on one or both of those pages?
Yeah.
Perfect.
The Starbright date is a show called Legendary Ladies of Broadway, and it's a tribute to all the great Broadway stars from Ethel Merman, Mary Martin, all the way to today with Audra McDonald, Sierra Boggess, Patti LuPone, all those people.
New York comes to Vegas.
Yeah, and it's with amazing singers: Ashley Fuller,
Yep.
Kellyanne Gower, who was a star on the West End in London, Ruby Lewis, who was
Fabulous.
also a Broadway star,
Marilyn.
and did Marilyn here and Baz here,
Yep.
and Amanda Kaiser.
Great
So those
cast.
four ladies.
I have one question, and I know we're going to go to break, and we're going to give them to get to know you, that whole
Well,
thing.
with whatever limited time we have left, we'll try to get some of them in. Yeah.
Okay. The question is charts. Do you write charts?
Yes.
Is that part of what a music director does?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, one of the things Clint asked me when we first got together and working together in 1977 was, "Do you write charts?" And I said, "Oh, sure." And the first chart I wrote was a disaster. And I learned. I never was taught
For those
to do
that,
that.
don't know what a chart is, explain what a chart is.
You write individual parts for every member of the band. I graduated into writing it for full orchestra. Clint and I just did a song that he and I wrote called "I Sing" with the Las Vegas Philharmonic, and I wrote the arrangement for the whole
Do you
orchestra.
know how crazy that is with that many instruments? You've got to write each section.
That's
I'm gonna let you
why
go.
he's a
Yeah.
professional and
Yeah.
does what he has to do. All right, we're running a little behind late. Lady. Anyway, we'll be back in 60 seconds. Well, he mentioned it that we're going to go to break.
Sometimes you can try so hard at something. Sometimes you can be so prepared and still fail. I've often said a man's character is not judged after he celebrates a victory, but by what he does when his back is against the wall. So no matter how great the setback, how severe the failure, you never give up. You never give up. You pick yourself up, you brush yourself off, you push forward, you move on, you adapt, you overcome. That is what I believe.
Back pain, neck pain, numbness and tingling? Need a great chiropractor but afraid to get twisted, popped, and cracked? Summerlin Chiropractor Dr. Hans Konzer has 20 years of experience with gentle techniques such as NUCA, ArthroStim, and network spinal analysis. I can tell you for a fact that with over 150 local Google 5-star reviews, people love his office. Well, the first 20 callers get his full 2-visit workup, including a complete health history, thorough exam, and digital x-rays for only $37, which is normally $240. So the first 20 callers to call 702-566-HOPE and mentions this ad, that's 702-566-4673, will get the offer. Call now. Offer not valid for federal beneficiaries. Call 702-566-4673 now.
Hey,
I'm Frankie Citro. Some of you guys thought I was kidding when I told you to tune in on Saturdays to my friends and my pals, their show, Twin Brothers for Different Mothers. So I promised you if you didn't tune in, I'd come visit you maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I kept my promise to some of you people. Now those same people, they get ready on Thursday for Saturday's show. So now listen, guys, when I tell you trust me on this, tune in on Saturdays to Twin Brothers with Different Mothers. It's a current, topical, and most important, a fun show with great guys. Don't let me have to tell you again. Gavish.
It's Twin Brothers from Different Mothers every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific right here on our Facebook page, Go Live Vegas, or twinbrothers.vegas. Thank you. All right, welcome back. The waning moments of Twin Brothers. You have about 9 minutes left to call for that 30-day trial membership at Premier Martial Arts, 702-329-6947. Press 1. All you got to do is call in. You don't have to jump through a hoop. Plus, you can talk to Bill, ask him a question.
Hey,
Give
it's
us a call.
Christmas in July, so what not a better gift than Premier Martial Arts?
There you go.
30-day. Listen, get it now. You don't have to use it right now.
No, of
use
course
it as
not.
a gift.
Yeah, maybe
I'm that funny Disney guy again.
maybe we can make a quick certificate and set that up for tomorrow for your event. Give one away.
That would be great.
Couple.
That would be great.
So maybe Dorothy can whip something
Talk to
up.
Dorothy
All right, we have
about
about 8 minutes to go. It is now time for a little segment that we like to call Getting to Know You. And this is a segment, Bill, where I shoot rapid fire questions your way.
Getting
First
to
thing
know
that comes
all
to mind.
about
No think about it. No phone a friend, no call a studio audience member, nothing.
Don't shake your head. You're doing
I'm
this.
scared.
Yeah, you
Well,
should be.
You should be, yes. Okay, all-time favorite actor.
Whoa.
Woe is not an actor.
It's not one I know.
All-time favorite actor. I mean, the first thing that came into mind was Fred Astaire. But
Okay,
That'll work.
that'll work.
All-time favorite actress.
Probably, I can't remember her name.
But she's your favorite.
Yeah,
I bet you get the visual in your head right
yeah,
now.
I do. She's won a million awards.
We'll come back.
Yeah,
We'll come back.
okay.
Hi, Sal. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you for joining us in the chat room. Favorite all-time movie so that when it comes on, you pop your favorite popcorn, grab your favorite adult beverage, presumably your significant other, and you do not be disturbed for what movie?
I love a couple. Sleepless in Seattle is one
Good
of my
movie.
favorites.
Okay. You know, Tom Hanks is selling his movie trailer. Did you see that?
No.
His big, the silver one. Is that the Fleer, whatever it is? $150,000.
I thought it was an 8-minute trailer. I was listening. He's selling the trailer. I didn't know.
When he would go to set, how furnished it is, he's selling it. It's opening up for bid about $150,000, stocked with movie memorabilia of all of his movies and stuff.
Wow.
So, all right. Favorite music genre?
If you put that trailer, by the way, up in Summerlin, you can get $2.3 million.
Yeah,
for it.
exactly.
Go ahead.
Favorite music genre?
Well, musical theater /opera.
Okay. Favorite song, so that when it comes on your radio and you're about to sing to it, windows are down or up and people are looking in, what song is that?
Being Alive.
Okay. All right. 7-second disclaimer. We're not regulated by the FCC. So, your answer to your favorite curse word.
Shit.
There you go. If money were no object, presuming you don't already have it, what is your dream car that you'd like to see parked in your driveway?
I guess I'd like to try a Tesla.
Okay. That can
How's your computer skills? 'Cause
fuel
you're gonna
efficient.
need
Yeah,
'em.
really. If a movie were made about your life, who would you like to see star in the starring role?
It's a good one.
You just mentioned Tom Hanks. He's brilliant at every
I can
role.
see that.
Every role he's ever played.
I can
I
see
thought
that.
it was Danny DeVito.
You know, again, this is back to olden days. People used to tell me I look like Ernest Borgnine.
There
Ernest
you go.
Borgnine?
There you go. He
Yeah,
can't-
a little bit.
well,
a little bit.
he's not around. He can't
No,
play
he's
it.
not. Best vacation ever taken?
Any vacation to Italy or France.
Okay. Bucket list vacation. Place you'd like to go that you haven't been to yet. These are tough questions. I know.
Henderson.
The only place I can think of that I haven't been to is Australia.
Okay. Favorite meal, top to bottom, starting with appetizer.
Appetizer, I would start with carpaccio. Then I would probably have lobster bisque. Then the best filet mignon or that you could get with cream corn, cream spinach.
The cream, so it just
You know
slides
what's really,
through a lot
you know what's
easier.
really amazing though? Geographically, he started in Italy, went to New England, went to
Down-
Chicago. I'm waiting for the left coast here for the dessert.
For the dessert, creme brulee.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Side by side of Ernie Borgnine.
That's very funny.
That's pretty good.
That is good.
Favorite suggestion to do when people reach out to you when they come to Vegas and they say, Bill, what should we do? Your answer is what?
Go see a show.
Any type in particular?
A Bill Fain show.
Yeah.
There you go. I was trying to lead him into that.
I would go and do it.
Go see the locals wherever you can find them.
Yep.
Okay. Of all the questions, I have 3 questions left. This one is the most important one. You ready? Batman or Superman?
Superman.
Thank you for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. You won't be able to hear him anymore. No. What career would you have liked to have tried if you did not get into music?
Journalism. When I was in high school, I was the editor of my high school sports page.
Okay.
I had a column, and I actually won an award for the best sports column in New York State in a high school paper.
And this comes from a guy who's not only a Yankee fan, but a Buffalo Bills fan.
That's
So,
right.
last-
Buffalo Bills all the way.
that's right. This year they might. My wife's boss is a Buffalo Bills fan, so it's okay. We'll make nice there too. Last question for you. When the day comes that you approach the pearly gates and the maitre d' is there to welcome you, what is it you want to hear them say as you walk in through the gates?
We've got a seat reserved at your table.
Perfect.
What else would you expect from a showman?
Perfect.
That's great. Love it. Guess what? You're out of the hot seat.
All right.
You survived getting to know you.
Wow.
Just in time. It's been an honor and pleasure. We only have about 2 minutes left. Final thoughts.
Listen, I've been in Vegas 5 years. We connected very early. I surprised him with being Portnoy with the Maestro cartoon, as I call it.
I love it.
I made him a blue hair before the term blue hair became popular.
Yes.
And I love the fact that when he does his shows, he's using the way people should be.
Sure.
The caricature and doing it. He's got a brilliant person, a very humble individual with a shitload of stories that when the book finally comes out, you're going to want to reach out to Bill, get a hold of this, read it, and learn more about not just Bill Fain, but Bill Fain the man.
When you write that book, when you're ready to make it an audiobook, let me know because I'll be happy to voice it for you.
There you go. There you go.
Bill, thank you for coming in. It's
Thank
been
you.
an honor and a pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to seeing you at some of the shows. I live a mile from his house.
Well, he's
So-
in Sun City. He's right
Well,
across
I
the street
figured
from
when he
us,
talked about that. So
Let's have lunch.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
We know an Italian place up there. My mother's house.
Oh yeah, well,
I'm just throwing
Chef,
it out
Chef
there.
Michael.
Yeah.
We know when you say
know a
I
lot
know
of
an
people.
Italian place. Yeah, they just turn the corner. There's another one.
We're
A lot of
Anyway,
restaurants.
thank you again. Final thoughts going out as we say goodbye. I know I asked you that once, but
Yeah, final thoughts. Listen, we're spiking a little bit in the numbers. We're mandated now as a business owner here in Las Vegas to put the sign up that we recommend that you wear your mask. We're not going to force anybody. Christmas in July, tomorrow 1 to 5 at Portnoy Gallery. Let My Voice Speak to You, Aaron Phillips' new book out on a great read, available on Amazon. Book signing for you today at the Boulevard Mall.
2 to 4.
Mall,
front of
as
Power
well
Play
as
Sports.
tomorrow. Take it from there.
Yes, tomorrow 11 to 1 over at Power Play Sports at the Boulevard Mall. Today from 2 to 4 in front of Power Play Sports. As always, thank everybody for watching. We appreciate your love and affection for our show. We do it because we care about not only our town, but we want to bring the best of Las Vegas to you. I'm Aaron, that's Neil, and for Bill, we'll see you next week on Twin Brothers. As always, be kind to everybody. Why is that?
Because that's all we have.
Have a great week, everybody, from Twin Brothers. Thank you for watching.